Hello everyone and welcome to Louise Singleton Creations. Today I have a much shorter video for you and I will explain why during the video. But what the video is lacking in length, it makes up for in content, because today I have an amazing new mould to show you, and with the help of Aqua Cast water-based eco resin, I'll be able to show you the beauty it creates. If that sounds interesting, stay tuned and enjoy the video. Here is the mould I will be using today. It's the Magic Light Tray from the La Isla Bonita collection from BOOWAN NICOLE. And I tell you what, it's a stunner. I couldn't wait to use it. I'd seen the pictures, but I hadn't used it. So let's get making some Aqua Cast up. I knew exactly how much water and powder I would need because I'd used the coverage calculator on the Elichem website, and yeah, you can input whatever material you're using from their website and it will tell you, when you give it the volume of your mould, it will tell you exactly how much you need to mix up, which is really useful. I always weigh the water first and then weigh the powder into that, and that's just the way I like to work with it. Then I give it a really good mix. It doesn't take long, it's very easy to mix up, and then it's ready. So I mentioned during the intro that there was a good reason why this video needed to be shorter. It's nothing dramatic or exciting. It was just that I didn't want to waste time in the intro telling you about it. But yeah, I've had 2 extra videos to make this week because I've got 2 review videos and one of them was very long. So because of that, I had to spend less time on my Sunday video. So I also have a video tomorrow, if you're wondering where the other extra video is. One was on Wednesday and one is tomorrow. So be sure to come back on Monday for a very special review video. So yeah, that's the reason why this video is shorter. Let's get on with it. So today I'm going to be trying out a method for filling my mould that I don't normally do. I've probably done it before, I can't remember, it will have been a long time ago. But basically what I'm doing is I'm going to be having 4 colours. I'll be having white, but then I will be also having 3 little cups with 3 separate colours for my shells. I wanted them to have varying colours but separately rather than in a marbled effect. So today I'm going to try and layer the colours. So here is the tricky bit, the guesswork. I tell you what though, I'm very lucky when it comes to guessing. I often get it exactly right. So yeah, the problem is in my cup, my big mixing cup, I had exactly the amount I needed for the mould. And with these colours that I'm showing you here from Homeware Design Co., I wanted to mix up just enough Aqua Cast for the sides of the tray where the shells are. I didn't want to use any more than I needed. I only wanted to fill the sides with the colour and the rest with the white. So I had to kind of guess how much Aqua Cast would fill the sides of the mould. And we'll see how close I got. The 3 colours I decided on for my shells were apricot, autumn sun and cinnamon. And because there isn't much Aqua Cast in those little silicone cups, a little bit of pigment really did go a long way, but that was okay. I wanted my colours to be nice and intense. And there you can see that apricot really is intense. Here's the autumn sun. And I've put quite a lot in once again. Do you know what? When I'm making things with Aqua Cast, I think this is one of my favourite bits. I love adding the colour and mixing it all in. I don't know why. I just really enjoy that part. And so here's the darkest one, the cinnamon. That's a beautiful colour, isn't it? I do love the colours from Homeware Design Co. And very often when I make an order, they'll give me extra little samples in there to try out. And yeah, they always tempt me with these samples because they're always so luscious, the colours. I have to go back and order more. But there we are. The colours are ready. I'm just adding a little bit more of the cinnamon, and then we'll be able to start filling up the mould. So as I've already explained, I only want my colours to be down the sides. So I'm being very careful not to get any on the surface, you know, the middle bit, which will be the base of the tray. And yeah, I'm just pouring it carefully to the bottom of each shell because I wanted the tips to be the apricot colour. So once I'd finished adding my first colour, I used my stirring stick to kind of squidge it around a little bit to remove any trapped bubbles. Normally I would pick up the mould and squeeze all the sides to dislodge the bubbles, but I didn't want to do that today. I wanted to keep the colour at the bottom so that I could still keep my colours separate in layers. Next, I added the cinnamon colour in just the same way, being careful not to get it on the middle part of the mould. And finally, I finished off with the autumn sun. And all the while, I was hoping I'd mixed up exactly the right amount so that I had exactly the right amount of white left to fill up the mould. And how about that? How was that for a good guess? I emptied all my little cups and just filled it exactly the amount I wanted to. That was pretty lucky, wasn't it? So the next job that I wanted to do was to be able to squeeze it around the bottom. And what I like to do whenever I'm using Aqua Cast is to work on my levelling table, which is underneath the puppy pad. You might be just about be able to see it. Now the thing is, my table is already level. I don't really need a levelling table for keeping my work level, but it's really useful because you can pick it up and move your work around afterwards. You can use it to tap get everything moving around and tap it. But the other good thing about it is you can bring your work to the side so you can get your fingers inside the mould without taking it off the tray and squeeze it around the edges. So that's what I was just doing whilst I was waffling. Right, now all I need to do is clean up the little drips that I'd left there before adding the white. So if you've worked with eco resin before, you will probably know that the pigment likes to rise to the surface as it's starting to cure and dry out. The water comes to the surface, and with the water comes a lot of the pigment. And so what I was hoping for when adding the white layer was that the pigment from the sides would start to merge with the white and give me like an edge of colour, just delicately seeping into the white. Does that make sense? I'm trying to find the right words to explain what I was hoping for. But yeah, that was the idea. I wanted the colour from the sides to start to merge with the white as it was curing, so that the centre of the tray would be white, but there would be a gradual move to having colour around the edges of the centre. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes I really struggle to explain what I'm thinking. Just can't find the right words. I'm really hoping you get what I mean. Anyway, I've just added a little bit more water to the Aqua Cast, the white Aqua Cast, because I've been spending a long time with the coloured Aqua Cast. During that time it had started to thicken a bit, so I'm just diluting it a little bit before adding it. I'd actually added a little bit too much water, to be quite honest. A little bit of water goes a long way with Aqua Cast, but I shoved it in there anyway, and let's hope for the best. Right, that was sped up, just in case you think I was working super fast. I wasn't. It was sped up. And you can see that the colours are migrating into the white, and that's what I was thinking might happen on the inside of the tray. We will see when it comes to demoulding if that happened or not. So, shall we fast forward to demoulding time? I think so. Right then, here we are, an hour later. Let's get this out of the mould. It's my first time with this one, and whenever I'm using a new mould, I'm extra cautious when it comes to demouldings because they have a mind of their own, don't they? And I didn't want to break anything. I wasn't sure how fine and delicate the details would be, but actually it was quite sturdy. And there you see, it's looking really pretty. I actually loved the way it turned out with all the white in the middle, which wasn't what I was expecting, but that's nice. The only thing I wasn't sure of was there was a few splodges around there where the colour had migrated. I'd prefer all or nothing, do you know what I mean? So there was a few little splodges I wasn't happy with, but that was okay. I was developing a plan in my mind. One of the things I knew I wanted to do right from the start was to highlight the ridges on the shells. I love all the detail you get in BOOWAN NICOLE's moulds. They are so detailed and textured, and I really wanted to emphasize that. So here I've got some white acrylic paint. I got some on my brush and dried it out a little bit, so I'm dry brushing here. And really you want to be just kind of tickling the surface with your brush. You don't want the brush to go into the cracks. You want it just to float over the raised area, and then you'll really emphasize that beautiful pattern. And you know what? I could have done this all day. I loved doing this. It's so satisfying seeing it coming to life before your eyes. And yeah, what do you think to it? I know it was really nice before, and I know some of you will probably say it looked better before I added the white. But oh, I love it so much now. I think it's so much nicer. The trouble was the brown splodges on the white were getting on my nerves. Every time I looked at it, I saw them and it was bugging me. If it wasn't for those, I would have left this exactly how it is now because I think it's just beautiful. But yeah, I decided while I had the white paint there to cover them up with some paint, and then that looked like a bit of a mess as well. So I sealed it with my Eco Advanced Sealer before deciding to add resin just to the base, the inner surface of the tray. I thought it would add some nice contrast having the matte and the shiny, and it would cover the problem I was having there with the splodges. And yeah, I thought it would look really nice. So let's do that now. So I've mixed up some epoxy resin. It really is just a little bit. And I've got this white gold mica powder from Laura's Art Corner, which I thought would work beautifully. It's like a seashell kind of colour. I just wanted something very, very subtle. Didn't want to go over the top with it because, as you know, I loved it just the way it was. All I wanted was a little bit of magic, a little bit of sparkle and a little bit of shine, and that would do. So once it was all poured in, I very simply just moved it around, let it find its own way, and it was done. So let's fast forward to when it was cured and see how it looked. This was not the best time of day for filming. The sun was too bright really, and there are a lot of shadows, but hopefully you can see that beautiful creamy gold shimmer on the centre. And yeah, I love this, you know. I think it's perfect for jewellery as a tray on the dressing table. But also, if it didn't have resin on, it would be perfect to place a candle on to collect any excess wax when you're burning a candle. I wouldn't recommend that with the resin on. But yeah, there's so many different ways you could use it. And so if you've liked anything you've seen in the video, please check out the product links and discount codes in the video description. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and subscribe if you would like to. And I will see you again tomorrow if you would like to come and see my exciting review. But for now, I will say thank you for watching and bye for now.